pacing ourselves. You know, it's anticipation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Milo.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely city.
Is this anybody's first time here?
Yes, first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Love the brick town.
Driven
Brick town's
through,
great.
but yeah,
You've driven through?
yeah.
It's the cleanest city
stayed.
I've ever been in.
It's yeah,
It's
very
absolutely
clean.
sparkling.
it is.
I have not been to Oklahoma City, but I've been to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Because I was born here.
Born in Oklahoma?
I was born in Enid, Oklahoma. And for those of you that don't know, it's the largest city right before you hit the Panhandle, which doesn't say much. It also has the world's record for the largest grain elevator in the world. So there you go. And I haven't been back.
And my mother's side of the family are the Moors, so Moore, Oklahoma.
Oh, I was like, what does that mean?
Means they're from Moore, Oklahoma.
You just made that up.
My high school did.
Yeah.
My high school did the musical Oklahoma once. I wasn't in it, but that's about my only connection.
I auditioned for the musical Oklahoma once. I didn't get it. Yeah. So anyone else?
And that's why that musical was crap.
So before I ask you all some questions, I have a question for you all. How many of you attended last night's live podcast?
Thank you all so much.
Maggie, Tim, what was the inspiration behind starting this and revisiting this show?
We just, I mean, we just wanted to have an excuse to get together every week and talk about the show that we love and love doing for so long. That's it.
But basically,
I mean,
the genius
literally.
known as Maggie Lawson.
No, I mean, yes. No.
100%. And the fact that we then get to connect with all our Psych family once a week.
Yeah. That's it.
And to continue to connect with all of you each week.
Yeah, and share that with you all too, our extended family, and we love our fan episodes too, where we get to have some of you on. It's really just been such a joy for us, and it keeps our little Psych heartbeat alive. Not that it needs it, because we're all so close anyway. But yeah. It's
also nice since we tracked me starting to go gray on the show. It's nice to continue that, so everybody gets to see how much I continue to go gray and look older by the week.
Sage, Kirsten, Kurt, how does it feel after all these years to be brought back into this family for a show that, did you think that here we would be in 2024 still talking about this show in front of all these folks?
No. But.
I was going to say, there is a but.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, no, it's just, and just being, like yesterday, being on the floor of the
con.
Thank you. The con. Why don't you finish what I'm going to say?
See where this goes.
Just listening to people and their stories and how Psych has affected them, the affection they still have for the show. You know, you forget that when you're out in the world and you're living your life and worrying about your kids and whatever we worry about. And it was really heartwarming and really, there's very few things I've done that I feel good about, and Psych is probably top of the list. And it really is. Thank you. That's not very good applause, by the way. There's like 4 people in this row, but thank you. But anyway, I never thought this would happen. I never thought I'd be in Oklahoma City, and but I'm glad I am, and I'm glad it did.
I like to tell this story about, I think it was a barbecue that we were having at Tim's house. And it was between seasons, but I think it was between 1 and 2. So it was still very early in our series, and we didn't know that it was going to go for 8 years, obviously.
You mean my estate, right?
Your estate. Yeah, not your backyard the size of a postage stamp at all.
Again, it was season 1.
It was season 1. But it was Corbin that we were all sitting around, and you looked over, and it was, I don't know, it was this ideal.
I pulled down my pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hence, and Henry Spencer, Where Are Your Pants, was born.
Exactly.
That he looked at all of us and was like, you guys, this is special. And we all had, ha, 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 ha. And he said, no, you don't get it. I've been on shows, you've done shows, and you looked at something, and he's like, there's something else here. As we were just enjoying each other's company, we were just very at ease with each other, and I think that is to credit, not just us, but the puzzle pieces that our creator and the producers put together, that it just kind of clicked. So that's one of those core memories from the show, was you saying, this is special.
I've been here before.
Yeah, you've been here before.
Well, it happened with LA Law. That's how I had it was a little different thing. I had a tequila party at my house. The whole cast got together and just got really drunk. But
Because that's never happened with this cast.
We never did that. We never did that. God.
But Corbin, you dropping that kind of wisdom on all of us is really the reason why we call you Papa Bear. It's just one example of why you're the Papa Bear on our family thread.
God, that makes me feel old. Can I be Baby Bear again?
Baby, you can be whatever you want, Corbin.
Well, I mean, I have a unique perspective as a lone Canadian, and we shot in Vancouver, and so I would be kind of like a blue-collar actor that would come on different shows from time to time, and I had this wonderful experience on Psych of coming on this family that existed that, like when I went on the pilot, it was 3 lines as dancing cop. And they said, oh, if it goes, you might come back. But they always say that. And you rarely come back. But this time, it did go. And I did come back. And I really think it had to do with Steve Franks and his energy. And just, because it was such a jovial, joy-filled, easygoing set to be a part of. And like the amount of episodes that you'd be shooting, and then maybe Andy Berman or James would yell out an ad-libbed line from behind the monitor, but that just rarely happens on other shows. Like, it was so much fun.
I'm sorry, I just have to interject. You did mention the episode that we never discussed because of certain reasons.
That's right. Yes.
But even though we don't discuss that episode, you were very good in that stage. And to come on and just with not a whole lot to do, you just like that. You just immediately had Buzz McNabb right from the first couple of scenes.
Yeah.
Which is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yes.
It is not an easy thing to do.
And making Vancouver Santa Barbara was not an easy thing to do either, really.
We have rolling palm trees.
Right.
We have
Yes,
rolling
we
palm
do.
trees.
And Bougainvillea.
And Bougainvillea. Yeah.
Always
and-
my favorite was watching the Greens truck pull up and be like, they'd be setting the shot and be like, yeah, put the palm tree there and put the Bougainvillea there, and I buy it.
I know, we do. buy
Movie
it.
magic.
And
You
of
know,
course,
it
you all
seems
know
though by
why
the
we don't
end of
discuss
the-
that episode, right?
But it's weird. Is by the end of the whole thing, you'd be out in the forest, and it was like, okay, Santa Barbara forest, it doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
we lost like the Bougainvillea and the palms in like the 3rd or 4th season. It was just, it's fine, we're in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Put Henry in a colorful
We're going
shirt.
to cut to
and
a
we're
shot
gonna-
in the opening. That'll sell it.
The GVRD. Remember the GVRD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Well, we also have traveling hair dryers so that when
Right.
it snows, they hair dry it
Yeah.
to kind of make it warmer and the snow will melt. So that just the believability of being in Vancouver. No, we're in Santa Barbara.
I have a photo of all of us out in the GVRD in the forest, and then in like one of the, and of course we're all soaking wet, and then there's a bunch of us in one of the tented huts, huddled around the heater, and our clothes are steaming as they're drying off.
Yeah.
And this was.
But we were all happy as clams.
Those days were so nice. I
good.
loved our night shoots. I know they were always like really, like you'd see the call time being like 6 p.m. and you knew you were going until the morning, but there's always such a bonding, fun thing that happens on night shoots that everyone's always huddled. It's like a campfire. Everyone's huddled around the heater.
Especially if it was drinking Fridays.
Henry's house was
It's
kind of
always drinking
weird.
Fridays.
We would shoot at Henry's house, and the tide would come in, and we could only shoot when the tide was in, because that's the only time it looked like he lived at the water. And other than that tide, I don't know if anybody, you guys were there a little bit. The tide would go out, and it was just mud for like a mile. And so you had to shoot when the tide was in. And even then, it was like, the Pacific Ocean? I don't know. You know.
No, it is the same ocean.
It's the same ocean.
We're just straight north.
It's the same ocean, Corey.
No,
Same
Yeah.
ocean.
it's the Bay
Yeah.
of Vancouver.
No, no.
Wait, Sage, you're from there. Was Crescent Beach the Pacific Ocean?
Yes.
It's the same ocean.
Okay.
Corbin, English Bay, and what's the cove? Deep Cove.
I thought that was like a different part
body of water.
What's the water between Vancouver Island and Vancouver?
The
That's
Pacific
Pacific
Ocean.
Ocean.
Which is the Straits
Like
of Juan de
more of an
Fuca.
inlet.
Surf's up. What can I say?
Now, Corbin, Kirsten touched on it, but you've done so many big projects. So what is it about this show? I mean, we've talked about Major League in the past and how much that meant to me, but what is it about Psych that when you were even filming the show and now 10 years later, what is it about the show that keeps everybody here, that makes new fans? What is it to you?
Well, I think, and this is really true and serious, what I believe about it, is when I auditioned and was shown the script, there was this thing between this father and son, this family, this kind of father-son relationship that was family. It was a little dysfunctional, and you know, it had its, you know, it had Sean and me, but I think that set the tone that it was about family. And you know, and yes, I did LA Law, and we were family. In Major League, Charlie, Tom, and I were family. But it's a different. This is truly about. So many people come up. You guys all say it, like the problems you've had with your family. Or they say to me, "Gosh, you remind me so much of my father." And I think it's that to me. That first scene, which remains one of my favorite scenes, the how many hats are in the room, that kind of set the tone for it. That part of it, and I think that's it. You know, I've been in a lot of shows, but it doesn't. And I don't mean family like Hallmarky family. I just mean that true stuff that we all feel about each other: brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, best friends. You know, Sean and Gus. I think that's what it is. It's rooted in family and real stuff that we all go through.
Now there were a lot of homages to other pop culture, movies, television shows. Was there one that you would have liked? Is there something from your childhood that you would have liked to do or partake in Psych? You know.
You mean like if we had an episode based around blank?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mine is
Wizard of Oz.
baseball, which I suggested because of Major League, and I wasn't even in the episode.
I don't know, Corbin, I know you probably don't listen to the podcast every week, but we have thoughts about the baseball episode.
The yips. Sean's got the yips.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. It was it's funny. It's weird.
I think I was the inspiration for that in Major
Dead Man's
League, but,
Curveball,
like,
I believe.
Am I in it?
Not in
No.
it, but also it's the one episode I feel like on the podcast we've been very real about, and that is that we were like, we started the episode, it was just a few episodes ago, and I was like, this isn't great.
This isn't great?
This isn't one of our
No,
best
because I
episodes.
wasn't in it.
Exactly.
But like every episode is great. And then we had James on just to talk about Here's Lassie the other day, and he was like, you know, we had to make sure this wasn't the baseball episode. It's like so it's actually referred to as like, and there's nothing wrong with the baseball episode. It's fun.
It's
funny.
terrible.
But it's not one of our best. It's just not one of our best.
100 floors of fright. They can't all be winners.
What? No, right,
100
exactly.
floors of fright.
I would say, though, I've always had this thought of, just because it was my favorite movie growing up as a little girl was The Wizard of Oz. I don't know how we could have made, but I feel like we could have done something.
A dream sequence.
A dream sequence.
We would have
yeah.
done a dream. And
I mean, there
you
was
were
almost
there.
a tornado here last
I was
night.
going to say,
We could
you
have done
literally
it.
filmed your podcast in the middle of a tornado. You almost brought that to fruition.
Oh my God, I know. I kept saying that last night. I was like, what if the power goes out? Like, we're gonna have this whole bonding experience of like, I'm sorry, I don't want to get excited that a tornado might come, but I was like, what
It
if
is exciting if
it
you're
is
not from here.
exciting.
It's exciting.
It was when we were kids. I remember. It was like we
not
gotta
when
go.
we were kids.
No, I'm sorry. I
have,
know.
like,
I know.
deep core memories.
Oh, okay, I know.
Of like, because being born in Oklahoma, I'm like, it's Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
And so like the sirens, we didn't have sirens in like the long time ago.
Yes.
But it was like,
Year redacted.
yeah,
Year redacted.
year redacted. But I remember my mom and dad going, go onto the table, baby, go onto the table. I'm like, all right, it's fine. So I have all of these memories. So when like last night, they're like, oh yeah, it might get dangerous outside and the winds are picking up, but we were inside all day, so I didn't know. And I kept asking like the locals, I'm like, hey, how's it going outside? And they were like, listen, just watch us. If we looked panicked,
Right.
then you should definitely panic.
Yeah.
And everybody looked chill, but I was like,
Yeah.
listen, if something goes off, I am under a table. So you will have to come and find me.
Our
So-
tables are really long, so I was like, we could fit a lot of people.
Yeah, we
if
could
had
totally
to.
fit a lot of people.
Is
I
a
found my-
table gonna save you from a tornado?
Yes.
How about getting
don't-
under your desk from the
Doesn't the-
nuclear bomb
Yeah,
that we were meant
exactly.
to do?
Drop
Duck and
That
hide.
was gonna save us. Remember that? Yeah, they told us that when a
Get
nuclear
under
bomb comes, get
duck
under
and
your
cover.
desk.
Duck and cover.
That fallout is definitely not going to touch you.
Yeah.
I felt really strange last night. I was standing, you guys were doing the podcast. I was back in my room. I had a big glass window. I could see the whole horizon of Oklahoma. And I was like saying, God, it'd be so cool. Let me see a tornado. And I thought, wait a minute, man. What are you doing? You're praying for a tornado?
While standing in front of a window.
I know.
What's that?
While standing in front of a window.
Standing in front of a window,
I did
yeah.
the same
It's
thing.
like going to LA and hoping for an earthquake.
Yeah.
I do that.
Remind me not to hang with you.
You're hanging with me now.
I did the same thing. I was like, yep, this looks like funnel cloud weather. It really, really does.
Get my phone ready.
I heard from some locals that the air is different in the barometric pressure. And so I went to the park last night. And
You
it
were
was
standing
different.
in a park
I was
when
in the
there
park.
was a tornado
And I saw
possibly
some
coming?
Canadian geese.
What?
I'm pretty sure they were Canadian geese.
Oh, no, they were
I was like, what are they
Canadian
doing down here? What are they doing down here? I'm from Vancouver. These are my geese. I took a video. They were peeking
They
at me.
followed you,
They
Sage.
did. I know. They came down to visit.
You know, so oddly, I'm seeing the tornado episode of the Wizard of Oz episode of Psych.
That's what I'm
Sean and
saying.
Gus chasing a tornado.
That's what I'm saying. And we're
Yeah.
like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And
I
then-
agree. You know what? Also, Psych has the same kind of energy as the Wizard of Oz. That kind of anything can happen, anything
Yeah.
goes. It could have been like in the musical episode or something.
Yes.
Some homage. I really see how they
Polar
are.
Express.
They
That
are
was
connected.
anything.
That was always my.
Well,
my
the
thing.
title would
I wanna
have
be
to.
friends
Thank
with
you,
Maggie,
Kurt.
so.
What'd you say?
I said I want to be friends with Maggie, so
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with her.
The title would have to be. I must
Thank
say.
you, Kurt.
I
Thank
offer.
you for
I think
agreeing
it's
with
true,
me
though.
and
It's
liking
so
my idea.
true.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you. We'll talk about it later.
I humbly offer the title of that episode would be, "Let's Twister This."
Oh, I like that.
It is,
So,
Kurt.
yes.
It's true.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Corbin,
This is
we'll
very-
get you in this musical. Don't worry.
No, you won't. No.
Well,
you know,
you're-
it's really
you have
sad.
to
I'm
be
going to be 70
honest.
this year, and I realize I still can't sing. It's just horrible. It's really, it's like I've got to, before I go, I got to sing something. I'm going to make a Christmas album. That's what I want to do. I
If
think I might
William
do that.
Shatner can do it.
A Psych
William
Miss.
Shatner.
We
Yeah,
should do a
he
Psych
talk
Miss
sings.
album.
He talk sings.
You
Yeah.
can talk sing.
No.
Like William Shatner.
Worked for Rex Harrison.
No, that's my one big fear is singing.
Really?
Yeah, my
Mine
one big
is-
fear.
We didn't. Oh, so
It's
did
just the
anyone tell him
weirdest.
that
Something
we're,
must have happened as a child.
All right, cue
Somebody-
the spotlight.
we have a song?
Okay.
You don't know we have a song
I'm
planned?
dreaming of a.
You just sang.
Don't stop, don't stop.
That counts as singing, buddy.
Get out of
Oh,
here.
that's singing.
Get out of here.
It's make a joyful noise, not just any kind of like, anything that gives you
Yeah, but you
got
got to be joyful. Okay. All right.
I would even
okay.
call that dulcet. That was a dulcet tone you just pulled out.
Yeah. It
That what?
sounded really good.
Dulcet.
Oh, okay.
Quite sultry.
You
I'll
never
go
know
with
what's
it.
going to happen on a Psych panel.
Corbin Bernsen's Christmas album,
Yeah.
Christmas album.
2025.
Psych Miss. Yes.
Nah, it's me.
We could crowdsource it.
Oh, Santa Bear.
Oh, Santa Bear. Papa Bear sings White Christmas.
I love it.
Enough about me
What?
and my fears. Let's
is-
talk about Kurt.
Wait, can I change the subject for a second?
There's a subject.
No. Just, when you were talking about the Psych as a family and everything, I just wanted to say I think, first of all, the central relationship between Sean and Gus is they're brothers.
Yeah.
You know, they're brothers, and from that, the rest of the show emanates how close they are and how that is the core of the family, and their relationship, I think, carried the whole show through.
Yeah.
And I know we were all having fun,
Yeah.
but I want to bring it down for a second.
No. That's the root of it.
But it is, oh yeah, baby. Yeah. But I just wanted to say that because they're not here to speak for themselves. Right. That they were the core, and that was the real central family thing.
Well, and I think every the episodes and then the movies, it was rallying around the family.
Yes.
If somebody was in trouble, then
Everybody
came
pitched
to the
in.
aid. If there was a challenge to one of us, then the wagons were circled. And
You've
we
really
helped
thought
each
about
other.
this.
Just now,
Oh.
I'm improving my way through
You're
this.
smart.
No, I mean it was just that kind of beautiful
It is.
lightning in a bottle of family.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Look at us.
even you, Sage.
Even me.
Wow.
That was odd.
Yesterday it was so funny because like we kept like we all just wanted to like hug and talk and hang out because for us, we talk a lot, but we don't actually get to see each other that often, and so this is it's special for us too because we get to hang out with all of you, but we also get to hang out with each other.
It's a
I had to
treat.
say I'm sorry so many times yesterday because I'd be like, I'm so sorry, Corbin, I'm so sorry, Kirsten, because we would be, I want to hang out with everybody.
Because when you live in LA, you can live in the same city, but like Maggie and I are 45 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
We both live in LA.
Yeah.
And what is
So-
that?
But it's
5
10 miles away.
Yeah, exactly. But it takes, so we talk on the phone a lot, but in fact, I called her in her room yesterday. She's 2 doors away from me. She's literally 20 feet. But my first instinct was to call her because she's geographically undesirable. She's 2 doors away.
That's such an LA
was
LA
so
claim.
LA.
It really is.
He
That's
was
total
like,
LA.
this is ridiculous.
Wait, she picked up? Because I have to schedule calls with her. I'm not kidding, I do.
Oh, I know. She's
You don't
busy.
call me
I'll
as
text
much.
her with like, here's my calendar. When can we
This is what we'll
when
do.
can I have an
I'll be
hour?
like,
Do you
okay,
notice
I have this
when
job.
you talk to Maggie, she's multi or troll-tasking? She's, doing her text, and she go, wait a minute, and she's answering her text, and then she's talking to you. And I mean,
That's
I
not
always feel like I'm in second place.
Look, I make.
Right?
Wait, now this
Why,
is where because
I've turned them against you, Maggie.
I've been
I know.
texting you for the last like 3 years, and only yesterday Tim reminds you like, who's this 310 number? It's not Maggie. So evidently anything I've been trying to get to you for like 3
Corbin
years.
just thinks I've been ignoring his texts for 3 years.
She hasn't answered my text. I go, okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yesterday, the other
fine.
day,
But
Tim-
somebody is getting my texts.
Tim, we're coming back from the airport, and Tim's like, oh, did you see Corbin's text? And I was like, no. And he's like, he sent on the group text, like he's gonna be there in just a little bit. And I'm like, why am I not on the group text? But I am. It's just another number.
Yeah, somebody living in 310 Beverly Hills is part of our group.
No, you're on the big
Has
group.
no idea what I'm talking about.
And all
Some
kinds
And
of
they also have my
information.
number now.
That's really funny.
You should definitely text them your address.
You probably have. Wait, does anyone ever respond?
No, never. No,
Like
it's just
no one's
it's
like, that's
what
not
is
my
this?
number?
Delete.
No, I don't. No idea what it is. But clearly, I haven't gotten
Got the
through to
skinny
you.
on what's going on with the Psych.
Look,
cast.
I
Why would
always
they
say
want to?
I'm not time management is not my thing. So I'm not very good at I am a multitasker, but it's mostly because I have a million things going on. I'm not organized. I talk about this on my other podcast too, where I'm just like,
Other
I'm not
podcasts,
good
yes.
at this.
Have another podcast.
Huh?
You got so much going on.
No, no, I didn't mean it like that.
How many podcasts do you
I
have?
meant like if
how-
I'm very open about how bad I am at like time management. So anybody who talks to me knows this, especially
literally-
this one.
I literally almost texted someone who's like, can I just have 5 minutes today?
Yes, yes.
Where you're not looking at shiny
He's
things.
like, he's.
I am okay, Corbin. I'm looking at the Psych family thread right now. Maggie's has the correct numbers on that.
Oh, really?
Not the
No, not the group one. It's on the main. I'm on the.
No.
Okay, let's not give away my number right
No,
now.
I'm saying no. The main family thread.
The
is-
main one
the main
is.
one,
It's the
I'm
one with
on.
you, Tim. That it's not. There's somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
that's
and even
connected.
I would text you and was like, who's the 310? Because I know this person that's like, I have
I'm gonna
everybody's
find
number.
out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call
you
him.
should.
And if it's you, Maggie, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
It's my burner phone. It's my other
right.
phone.
I don't know. Let's
It's the
call him
number
right,
I don't
let's
want
call him
Corbin
right
to
now.
really have.
Let's call him right now.
Call it right now.
Not my number. Call that 310 number.
Call the
Are
310
you
number.
calling the 310
I think
number?
Tim's doing it.
No, we cannot
This
do
can only end in tragedy.
I'm looking for your text right now.
You've deleted it. He's like, oh, I don't have it
I really
anymore.
hope it's disconnected or something, because this person's going to be like, stop
Well, it was you.
calling me.
But it
These
comes
psych
up.
people
You know, when
harass
you hit
me.
a text, first of all, I'm horrible at all technology. I tried Instagramming yesterday. A lot of you like got shirts and things. I couldn't do it. I mean, I just couldn't literally do it. I couldn't form an Instagram. Could not
What?
do it. I got one picture of some girl going like this, and that was it.
She's in the 5th row.
Yes,
you know,
right there.
you should wave. Say
It's
thank
actually
you.
Kirsten. It's just, you know.
No, but yeah.
Tim, don't call this number. What? What have you done?
It's ringing on him.
Oh, because you're calling the
All right,
group.
everyone,
You're
Watch
calling
is
the
ringing.
group. You're calling both of them at the same time.
Who the hell is Todd Ayers?
Wait, what?
I just got a call from. Did you just call me, Tim?
This is getting weird. Wait, who
I like
who
it.
is
This
it?
is very fun.
I feel like this is going to be the next episode.
Yeah, right.
So
Wait, did you say Ayers? Todd Ayers?
Yeah.
Oh, who is? who is
So
Todd
we're
Ayers?
workshopping yet another episode.
Yeah.
Psych.
What is today? Let's
We have the
remember,
whole
in
next
Oklahoma
season going
City,
on
I
right
know.
now.
Look how many of you are here.
Wow, it just got a
Wait,
lot busier out
this
there.
got weird, and I'm going to change the subject. You all look incredible. I see so many of Henry's
Pineapples.
Closet shirts
Yes,
in the
yes.
crowd, which
Yeah.
is awesome. I think this is the best cosplay I've seen at a con. It's so good. Like, literally,
Right.
everyone at this con looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I like
Are
the
we still
bucket
doing
hats.
this?
The shirts I saw were so creative and so good.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah, the
fantastic.
quotes. Yeah.
The artwork. Did you see a lot of those posters?
Yeah.
The faceless posters.
Yeah.
Those are
Oh, I
really
love the
cool.
faceless
that
ones.
Etsy one. Yeah, those
Very
are cool.
cool. Very cool. They were
Yeah.
all kinds of fun things.
So before Tim starts calling strangers,
Oh my God.
Tim, you've got to stop.
He's obsessed with this
I am
310
so
number.
glad time's up.
so before
I'm kidding.
before we
I'm not
go,
actually.
before Tim starts calling strangers, can you give us one last thought on what this show, what all of these people, I mean, look at this room, what these people mean to you.
Oh, well now, do you have tissues?
Should we start this way and go that way? Because
Sure.
then the two, champions, well, you are and you are too, but I'm not, and Sage is.
Speak for yourself, Kurt. Speak for yourself.
But I think we'll go that way and it'd have more impact.
You
Well, then
start.
start talking.
Well,
Stop.
somebody has to take control. Well, just look.
Yeah.
Okay. I can be a negative person. I know. He's never negative.
Kidding.
That's how this is.
It's not a good open,
can
Kurt.
I
It's not a
can
good
be-
open.
I'm not depressed, but I'm negative. And I before I came out here, I went, oh God, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Who's going to come? These people are going to be asleep. It's going to be empty. It's going to be no good. It's going to be blah, 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 blah. There's going to be, if there's more people on stage than there are in the audience, we should stop. I said that. I really did. You
He
think?
did, he
and
did.
then look at this. Look at this.
Which was the same reaction.
Unbelievable. And that is the spirit of Psych. And I don't know. Everybody, has their own reason for loving something, but nothing is more lovable than this show. Nothing makes you feel better, and nothing makes you feel so good about yourself as this show. And I think it's a miracle. So, finally, a round of applause I deserve.
Yeah.
And this is proof right here. I mean, look at this. It's unbelievable. I'm done.
When okay. My mother, who's departed.
That's a good start.
It's a good. Might I add, you just have a beautiful profile. I never noticed that before. You're very handsome on this side.
I'm getting a little jolly.
My mother, when I was young, was on The Young and the Restless, and she was. I'd come home and who's at our house, and she'd invite fans over to have dinner and sleep, and she'd meet them at the market. Oh, Mrs. Chancellor, I love you. Come on over, have dinner, sleep over at our house. And it was very strange, but I didn't really get it. And as she got older, I started to understand that relationship she had with her fan base. With soap operas, it's quite like this. You have that kind of connection to characters and people. And it meant everything to her. It meant everything to her. And people ask me what sustains me, how come I'm able to keep going and doing things. I appreciate the relationship. That's it. I mean, as an actor, I love doing what we do, but the fact that I get to see you guys come here and hear your stories, especially with Psych, with how much it's helped so many different people, that relationship is unique, and I don't get it in any other part of my life except for when we get together like this. So it means everything. It makes it all worthwhile. Is that good enough there, buddy? Oh, it's you. It's you. The guy that came for the selfie this morning with your family. Okay.
I think what I love taking away from this is the chance to say thank you. I love hearing the stories that multi-generations of family sat and watched our show. Of the dad saying, I watched it with my daughter. It was something that we could bond over as she was growing up and getting further away. Or the college kids who were like, studying is really hard, but I knew that I could go and watch Psych and it would bring me calm, it would bring me contentment, and I could just kind of chill out and focus again. And I kind of love hearing those stories about this little show in Vancouver from basic cable that was able to, that you could watch it with your family, you could watch it with your grandma, you could watch it with your best friend and discover maybe a connection that guy who's sitting across from you is now going to be your husband. So thank you for sharing those stories. That's what I take away from all of this, is actually to see people one-on-one and how this little engine that could keeps touching lives. So.
Well said.
You notice how people keep coming in, the show gets bigger and bigger.
Wow, it's still. Yeah, I mean, really kind of echoing the same sentiment, that this show had so much heart, and I think there's not a lot of shows that have good, clean, wholesome entertainment that the whole family can watch. And I've met so many families here this weekend and over the last, 10 or, what was it, 18 years ago we shot that pilot?
Yes,
So
because
good.
my daughter, who is in my belly, is going to college in August. So it has been 18 years.
I know. My hair's all gray, like you. It's different. But, I mean, the show had so much heart, and I think it was such an extraordinary show to be a part of, and it's been so wonderful to be here, to meet all of you this weekend and here, because I've met plenty of families as well, and there's not a lot of shows that have that are able to bring family together and have this kind of irreverent 80s references nonstop that you'll pick up in you can watch an episode 3 or 4 times and pick up a different joke each time you watch it, and it's just really so special, and I mean I'm really so grateful to be a part of it. So yeah.
Maggie, Tim, you wanna take us home here real quick?
I mean, Tim and I talk about this all the time on the Psychologist and how we're not us without you, and so it's really just you're the extended family to what you see up here. And same, hearing the stories, these experiences, these conventions, and Tim and I doing the podcast and getting to meet all of you and hear your personal stories of how Psych has changed your life in some way, or how you met. Oh my gosh, the stories yesterday of like couples meeting, bonding over Psych. I had one person say that they were like just sort of, I think, DMing on like an app or something, and that they were like scrolling through their Instagram and saw a Psych reference. Yes. And it was, did you hear that story?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the green flag.
This is incredible.
That relationship might not have happened. They're married now.
But yeah. So it just continues to warm my heart that like we made this show. I remember from the very beginning, James Roday Rodriguez saying like we discovered very quickly how much we loved each other and how, as you mentioned, flow, like there was just a flow to this whole thing, and it felt like a family from the beginning. And James was like at the core of everything that we're doing in all of these episodes, which are so, there's writing, directing, and stories and all of that, but we want the audience to want to hang out with us. Like we want to bring our love. We want you all to feel the love that we feel, because that'll make us, that'll complete the family. And I feel like seeing all of you, it makes us feel like, we did something right, because you all can like, as you say, you're watching it now with your kids. Like those are my favorite stories of the parents coming up. I'm gonna talk forever. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I was gonna say.
Anyway, Tim, go. You take it.
No, you've said the word, and Corbin, you said the word as well. Like it just come up probably 20 times during this panel. The family, like how this show becomes a family for all you watching. And certainly the family that we've all developed. And the thing, and Maggie and I talk about this all the time, that often in life, you have it so good and you don't realize how good you have it while you have it. But this case was unique where I think we all really knew how lucky we had it. We knew how good we had it while it was going on.
Speaking of family, how about we take a big family photo here? You guys want to get in on a photo? All right, so what we're going to do?
Hang on, I do need to add one more thing. The amazing thing about this show, unlike anything else I've ever heard, is whether it's in-person stories or people messaging me, how many people have said this show's got them through a really difficult time. And while we're doing that group family shot, I need to get I need a video from all of you and all of you. A friend of mine's mom just got a really pretty severe cancer diagnosis, and she's about to hit some hardcore chemo. So I need, if you would be so kind, I'm going to take a video, and can we just get a, "We Love You, Joan"?
Yeah.
Wait for it.
He's gonna call that guy again.
And go.
We love you.
One more time, give it up for the cast of Psych.
We love you, Psycho!